Get ready to be enlightened as we reveal the top 10 most dangerous plants that you probably didn't know existed. From deadly brain-eating fungi to mysterious meat-devouring organisms, these botanical baddies are sure to give you nightmares. So stay tuned until the end to find out which creepy plant takes the no one spot. You won't want to miss this. Number 10. The white snake root. Plant may sound like something straight out of a fantasy novel, but this North American native is actually a real-life danger. With small white flowers that resemble tiny snakes, this plant is just as venomous as its name suggests. All parts of the white snakeroot plant contain a toxic compound called tremolite, which can cause severe liver damage and even death if ingested. And while it may seem like an unlikely snack, this plant's leaves have been known to be mistaken for parsley, leading to accidental poisoning. Just goes to show you should always be careful what you eat. 9. Zamia furfuracea, commonly known as the cardboard plant or the Florida arrowroot. The Zamia furfuracea is a popular houseplant in the United States and Europe. But don't be fooled by its seemingly harmless appearance. This plant's underground tubers contain a toxic compound called calcium oxalate, which can cause intense burning and irritation when ingested. Despite its toxicity, the Z. furfuracea has gained popularity as a pet-friendly plant. But it's important to note that while it may not be as dangerous to cats and dogs as other plants, it can still cause mild symptoms like drooling and vomiting if chewed on. So keep an eye on your furry friends around this one. No, 8. Castoreum. If you've ever seen the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks, you might remember the scene where he hallucinates and sees a volleyball covered in what looks like flesh. Well, believe it or not, there's a real plant that looks exactly like that. The castor oil plant is native to the eastern coast of Africa and has long been used for its medicinal properties. But it's also known for its bizarre appearance, with some varieties having bright red fleshy pods that look like bloody eyeballs. But don't be fooled by its strange looks. This plant's seeds contain a toxic compound called ricin, which can cause serious illness and even death if ingested. In fact, castor oil has been used as a poison in several high-profile assassination attempts, including that of former Bulgarian Prime Minister Alexander Lutskaya. Number 7. Devil's trumpet. Also known as the devil's snare or the man's beard, this plant's scientific name is actually Brunfelsia hopi. Pord. You could call it whatever you like, just don't eat it. Native to South America, this plant has a long history of use in traditional medicine, but it's also been associated with several cases of poisoning and even death. The active ingredient in the devil's trumpet is a compound called tropane, which has strong anticholinergic properties. This means that it can block the action of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that's essential for normal brain function. Scowl. When ingested, the devil's trumpet can cause a range of symptoms from hallucinations and delirium to seizures and coma. 6. Water hemlock. If you're thinking of taking a dip in a lake or river this summer, you might want to be on the lookout for water hemlock. This aquatic plant is found in the northern hemisphere and is one of the most poisonous plants in the world. Ingesting even a small amount of water hemlock can cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. But that's just the beginning. The real danger lies in its ability to shut down your body's nervous system, eventually leading to paralysis and death. In fact, water hemlock is so poisonous that it was used as a pesticide in ancient Greece. So be careful. If you find yourself swimming in the wrong spot, you might not make it out alive. Number 5. Rosary pea. Also known as the prayer plant or the vomit fruit. The rosary pea is a tropical plant native to Africa. This plant's seeds are highly toxic and have been used for centuries as a traditional method of birth control. When ingested, the rosary pea's toxins can cause a range of symptoms from abdominal pain and vomiting to convulsions and respiratory failure. The good news is that this plant is not commonly found in the wild and is rarely used as a traditional medicine today. But that doesn't mean you should go out of your way to seek it out. After all, there are plenty of other plants out there that can help you with your health without the added risk of poisoning. Number 4. Deadly nightshade. Don't be fooled by its pretty purple flowers and red berries. The deadly nightshade is one of the most poisonous plants in the world. This plant is found in the northern hemisphere and has a long history of use in traditional medicine. But as the name suggests, It can also be deadly if ingested. Ill parts of the deadly nightshade plant are poisonous, but the berries are the most dangerous. Just one bite of a ripe berry can cause hallucinations, convulsions, and respiratory failure. But don't worry, this plant isn't likely to be confused with food. After all, it's often used as an ornamental plant in gardens. So unless you're planning on eating those colorful blooms, you should be safe. No. 3. Gymnocalycium. The Gymnocalycium is a genus of cacti that's native to South America. These cacti come in a variety of shapes and sizes, but they all have one thing in common: their spines. The spines of Gymnocalycium cacti are coated with a sticky substance that can cause severe pain and swelling when it comes into contact with human skin, but that's not the worst of it. The spines also have tiny barbs that break off and embed themselves in the skin, making removal nearly impossible. As if that weren't enough, the wound caused by these cacti can become infected, leading to gangrene and even death. So if you find yourself face down on one of these cacti, you better hope for a quick rescue. Otherwise, you might not make it out alive. No. 2. Hell's Angel Trumpet. The Hell's Angel Trumpet is a rare wildflower that's found in the remote jungles of Borneo. This plant gets its name from its unique appearance, with long, narrow trumpets that hang down from the plant in clusters. But don't be fooled by its beauty. The Hell's Angel Trumpet is extremely dangerous and has even earned the nickname Laughing Devil Flower. That's because the plant's toxins cause uncontrollable laughter in those who consume it. But the fun doesn't stop there. The plant's toxins can also cause hallucinations, convulsions, and even death. So if you find yourself in the remote jungles of Borneo, keep an eye out for this one. You won't want to get too close. No. 1. Rafflesia indica. The Rafflesia indica is a parasitic plant that's found in the tropical rainforests of Southeast Asia. This plant is one of the largest in the world, with some species having flowers that can grow up to 3 feet in diameter. But don't be fooled by its size. The Rafflesia indica is a true nightmare, inducing vomiting and diarrhea. Its spores can also infect the lungs, causing a rare but deadly disease called blast. So, if you're planning a trip to the rainforest, make sure you leave this one on your list of things to avoid. You won't regret it. Well, there you have it, folks. The top 10 most dangerous plants that you probably didn't know existed, from the deadly nightshade to the mysterious meat-devouring organisms. These botanical baddies are sure to give you nightmares. But hey, now you're rearmed with the knowledge of what to avoid if you find yourself in the great outdoors. So thanks for watching, and happy surviving!